Hello my beautiful friends and welcome back to my channel. So guys, first things first, I just want to wish you all a very happy new year, and I just want to say super quickly a big huge thank you to all of your guys' amazing continuous unconditional support throughout 2017. I feel so blessed and just so lucky to have over 60,000 of you guys. It's mind-blowing. I just still can't get my head around the fact, and I just feel so thankful. Every single comment, every message, everything you guys ever send me or write under my videos or send me on Snapchat, Instagram, whatever, means the whole world to me. So guys, we are now in 2018. What the... Yeah, what? Today, as you can probably tell from the title, I'm going to be talking about all the things I learned in 2017 and then also my goals for 2018. And girl, can I just say that I learned a hella lot. A lot. 2017 was a very strange year for me. A few things happened in 2017 that I will never forget for as long as I live. Some very bad things, you know, that I will never forget. And also some very good things that I'll never forget for as long as I live. Some awful things happened in 2017 that I'm really happy to be leaving behind and to start a new year and to just leave them in the past. But saying that, some amazing things did happen in 2017. For instance, going to playlists and getting to go to Universal Studios completely shut down. That was my first time in America, and that was one of the most magical experiences of my whole life, and honest to God, one of probably my most magical experiences I'll ever have in my entire life. So the first thing I learned in 2017 is that relationships end and it's okay. So this is relationships as in a significant other and also friendships. So 2017 was a year that I lost a few people that I thought would be in my life forever, and I genuinely thought that, and they're no longer in my life. And you've just got to honestly remind yourself that relationships end, relationships drift, and it's completely okay. You know, it's an experience. You learn a lot from being in relationships with people, whether it be friendships or a romantic relationship, and you actually do learn a lot about yourself as well. I always say to myself, it's either a blessing or a lesson, and whichever one it may be, you're gaining something from it, so you need to always look at the positive. I know I had some really low moments of when relationships came to an end in 2017, but all these kind of things are what make you stronger and make you grow as a person and just make you realise how okay you actually can be on your own, and that you don't actually need people as much as you think you do. So this point kind of leads me on to my next one. The next thing I learned is that being single is different, but it is goddamn amazing. So 2017 was the first year of my life since I was 14 years old that I was not either in a relationship or going through a breakup of a relationship. And 2017 was the first year that I have gone through a whole year of being 110% single, like being on my own, not being exclusive with anyone. I was just doing my own thing. So I had two pretty long-term relationships from when I was 14 going on 15 to when I was 18 was when the last one broke up. And yeah, then in between that, like, you know, you always go through a period of the breakup, and like you still feel like, you know, you're still in that process because you're suffering with the breakup. But 2017 was the first year I wasn't in a relationship, I wasn't going through a breakup, and I was just doing my own thing and being single. And I was so afraid of it. I was so afraid to be single, like genuinely completely single, and because I never really had been before. You know, I made a bit of a pact to myself at the start of this year. I was like, girl, like, you just need to go out, you need to do your own thing. Like, these people, they only want to waste your goddamn time, and that is it. They really do, because relationships cause so much pain, and especially then if they come to an end, they cause so much pain. And at the end of the day, you know, you can always rely on yourself. And I'm so glad that I had this year to like get to know myself so much more and learn about myself. And I can honestly say now at this moment in time, like, I'm so independent. Like, I'm completely 110% independent, and that is something I never thought I'd be able to say. And to be able to say it already at this point in my life just makes me really proud of myself, because I know I have come such a long way. You just realise as well that you can do this on your own. You've got this, and you are so much stronger than you ever believed you were. And yeah, so the next thing I learned was that you can't change someone who doesn't see an issue in their actions. And this has been quite an eye-opener for me. So as I said, I've lost a couple of people and left them behind in 2017 who I genuinely believed they were going to be in my life forever. And one day I came across this, it's kind of like a quote, and it really made me think. I was like, damn, like you seriously can't. If someone doesn't see a problem with their actions and a problem with how they're treating you and a problem with what their actions are, how they are affecting you, and if they can't see a problem with that, you can't change them. So your best bet is to let them go, go do whatever they want to do, because if someone is affecting you in a negative way and they can't see it, well then there's nothing you can do about it. If someone can't solely see what they're doing to another human being, you can't show them, you can't change them, and you can't make them realize what they're doing. You know, you've just got to be like, get out, remove yourself, remove from the premises, remove from the premises. So the next thing I learned was that forgiveness is a gift that you give to yourself. In my mind, I always thought that when you forgive someone, that you make them aware of it and you let them know that they are forgiven, and you know, you invite them back into your life. What a silly way to think. I know, like, what was I even thinking? But that was the impression I was under for years, for my whole life. In 2017, I realized that forgiveness is for yourself and not for anybody else, and forgiveness is something you give to yourself. You can forgive somebody, but by no means does that mean you have to have them back in your life. By forgiving someone, no matter what they caused you, it does not mean that you have to have them back in your life. Forgiving someone just means that you are allowing your heart to heal, and you are saying, you know, I'm over it, it's okay, I forgive it, you know, and you're letting it go. By forgiving someone, you let go of all that anger, all that pain, all that hurt that you've been carrying and burdening yourself with. And by forgiving someone, you're letting that go and you're letting that be released, because you're telling your heart to forgive it and it's okay and we can move on from this. It does not mean that you have to have that person back in your life, and that person does not need to know that you've forgiven them, but it's something that you do for yourself. So I learned that exercising seriously is so important for your mind and body. In the last few months of 2017, I properly got into a routine of exercise and like doing like a program. So like I'd have my set days of what I was doing, like legs, upper, abs, whatever, and I got into an actual routine and I stuck with it. And I actually can't even explain. I felt so much better in that period than I've ever felt, because it was the first time I really got into a proper routine and stuck to it. Like, didn't make excuses, didn't say, oh, not today, you know what I mean? It seriously made such a difference to how I was feeling, to my mood, to how I was even feeling in myself. Like, it was crazy. And I always thought, you know, when people said exercise is so good for like your mental health and stuff, I was like, oh, that's a load of bull S. I was exercising right up until Christmas Eve, and I have not been exercising throughout the whole period since then, and I feel so lazy and just like a couch potato, and I'm so excited to get back into it. I'm going to get back into it tomorrow. But yeah, no, it's seriously amazing and it makes you feel so much better about yourself. So another thing I learned in 2017 was that if you don't believe in yourself, nobody will. So literally for my whole life, I've never believed in myself, and that's like a pretty crappy thing to have to say, but it's true. Like, I've never believed in myself, never believed in anything I'd done, anything I wanted to do. I just didn't think I was capable, and I just used to put myself down all the time. And this is something I'm still working on. I do put myself down quite a lot, but in 2017, for the first time ever, I actually believed in myself, and I believed, oh no, Jessie, don't get emotional. I believed that I could do what I really wanted to do. I believed I could do what everyone told me I couldn't do, and that I'd never make anything of myself, you know what I mean? So yeah, for the first time in my whole life, I believed in myself. And when you believe in yourself, you'll start to see all the people around you believing in you too, because if you are arraying that, you know, feel of belief and I've got this and I can do it, and like, you know, like you feel so strong in yourself that you've got it. And when that's reflecting off you and people are around you, like, they're only going to believe in you too. So yeah, they have no other choice but to believe in you when you're giving off such an array of, I believe in myself, I know I can do this, and nobody is going to stop me. And if you have that attitude, honest to God, nobody can do nothing but believe in you. Does that make sense? I don't think that makes sense, but you know what I'm trying to say. So another thing I learned in 2017 is perspective is a beautiful thing. And this is also something I'm still trying to completely grasp my hands around, but I have definitely made a huge leap on this step in 2017. So it's basically putting things in perspective, and you know, I am somebody who, when something happens, it tends to really get me down. I tend to overthink it, and I tend to make it out to be a lot worse than it actually is. But what is so important, and it's actually such a beautiful thing when you think about it, is putting things in perspective. You know, like that job you didn't get, that friend you lost, that relationship that ended, that exam result you didn't get, so on, so on, so on. When you think of the grand picture and like your lifetime, none of these things are going to matter in 10, 20, 30 years. You're not even going to remember these things. These things are going to be so insignificant to you that you have no idea. It's like when these things happen, we can often feel like we've just gone down the big rabbit hole and the whole world has come to an end and we're never going to make it out of ourselves now because this tiny thing has happened. But in reality, it's only like you tripping over a little stone on the way to the shop. Like, that's how insignificant it is. It's a tiny little trip and you keep going, because in even a few weeks' time, it's not going to matter half as much as it did how you're feeling at that time. Putting things into perspective is something I really, really want to grasp my hands on in 2018, because I have made such an effort this year to be better at it. But when we don't put things into perspective, it actually affects us so much worse than things need to affect us. Because if we just sit back and think about the bigger picture and think about how it really is affecting us, a lot of the time it is not that big and we've got this. You get through it, you know what I mean? So I also learned that you are the source of your own healing, and that healing takes time. As I was saying, in 2017, it was a year that I wasn't like, you know, exclusive. I wasn't going out with anyone or anything. So I had a lot of time to myself. I feel like in 2017 I've healed the most in any of the years. Because the years before 2017 were really tough. I went through a lot, you know, I was battling with like really bad depression and anxiety and like a lot of things, some things that I still have yet to talk about. When I was younger and I was like in the midst of like my depression and stuff, I always thought that I needed somebody else to make me happy, and that, you know, my happiness will only ever stem from other people's. But this year I really did learn that you and only you are the source of your own healing. You're the only one that can heal yourself. And also, that healing takes bloody damn time. It really does. It doesn't happen in a matter of weeks. It doesn't happen in a matter of months. It takes time. It's a slow process, but every day you are one step closer to, you know, healing. So another thing that I learned in 2017 is that spending time with good company is so much better than partying. I've never been much of a party girl ever, but yeah, I think I've gone out like literally a handful of times all year, and every night I went out I was like, that is me done for, you know, another few months. Like, honest to God, partying gets old very quickly, and I've realised spending time with people, people who you love, good company, is so much better than going out and getting pissed or drinking cans every weekend. So much better is sitting in, spending quality good time with your loved ones and company that is so much more worthwhile, and moments and memories that you are going to remember in years to come, instead of nights that you're never going to remember again. So another thing I learned in 2017 is to not let loneliness make you stay in a relationship or a friendship, because toxic relationships and toxic friendships are 100 times worse than being lonely or feeling lonely. I know a lot of us can do this at times. You know, we fear leaving a certain person because we're going to be lonely, or, you know, this and that. But honest to God, it's the worst thing you can do. And I really did realise that in 2017. Letting someone go who I was very close to but who was no good for me honestly turned out to be one of the best things ever for me. Yeah, it might take some time to get used to, but honest to God, being lonely is so much better than having a toxic person in your life. And if you learn to enjoy your own company, which can be done, trust me, it can be done, you're not going to feel lonely. There's so many things. We have the internet now. There's so many outlets that you can go to talk to people, that you can go to not feel alone. And I know YouTube is such a huge one of them things for so many people. And it is, like, you go on YouTube, there's just so many videos of people 24/7. So another thing I learned in 2017 is that at the end of the day, all you honestly have is yourself and your family. And you don't have anybody else. I really learned this year that a lot of the time people won't do anything for you or help you when you need help unless it's benefiting them in a positive way, unless they are gaining something from it. A lot of people won't actually help you or won't do something unless they are gaining something from it, which are not the kind of people you want in your life. And they are not people that are going to stick around, and they're not people that have your best interest at heart, because all they care about is themselves. So yeah, I learned when it really comes down to it and you are in an awful low place, that all you really do have is yourself and your family, and your family are people that are always going to have your back and people that are always going to be there. And your family don't necessarily have to be, you know, your actual family, but these can be people that you have spent a lot of your life with, or that have been there for a lot of your life, that you just so much as count as family, you know what I mean? When it really comes down to it, the only people that will be there and will always have your best interest at heart are your family and yourself. So, you know, that's all you can really rely on at the end of the day. Be wary of the rest. Another thing I learned was that time really does fly by. Yeah, so I was thinking about this one the other day, and I was just thinking that it's been nearly 2 years since I finished school, which is absolutely insane. And I was just thinking about all my school years then, and how my school years felt like they were never going to end, and every year it was the same. But when I look back on it, it all just feels like a blur. It all just feels like I blinked and it all went. And even this last year, I don't know where it's gone. Like, it's absolutely insane. Time really does fly by, and you've got to live in the moment while you can and enjoy the people around you and the company around you and your loved ones and the moments that you're experiencing now, because they're going to come and go, and yeah, and all it's going to be is a memory. And time really does fly by, so enjoy it while it lasts. Even when days seem long, just think that it will come and pass, and time is always ticking, and it will come and go, good or bad. So yeah, I have such a feeling that this is going to be my year, and I have such a feeling that this is going to be your year, and it's going to be our year together. We are family. We are family. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and shout you guys some goals I have for 2018. Okay, so of course I want to reach 100,000 subscribers and receive my YouTube plaque for 100,000 subscribers. I'm so motivated to hit 1,000 subscribers. Like, I'm so excited. Like, we're already over halfway there, and I'm so hyped. And if you guys have any friends or your family and you want to share and join our little family, that would be absolutely amazing, and I'd appreciate it so much. But I'm so grateful for every single one of you guys, and I'm so excited for our family to expand even more. So this is a huge one as well. Okay, so I want to learn how to drive, and I want to buy my own car, my first car. I'm so motivated to do this. Like, I've been saying this now since I finished school. This is the year. This is the year. Okay, so I want to continue exercising, and I want to get really like fit and toned, and then I also want to start eating a lot healthier. I don't want to get fit and toned like for reasons anybody else but myself. Like, I want to be fit like to be healthy, and then I want to be toned just because I want to be toned. It's just something I really want to do, and I also want to start eating a lot healthier because my diet is awful. Okay, it used to be a lot worse, but yeah, I don't eat the best. Like, I normally eat a good dinner and that, but you know, it's the snacks. It's all the snacks. This girl just snack. I just can't stop. I'm like a little mouse, always at the press, always looking for something sweet. That sweet tooth is gotta be the debt of me. The debt. I really want to start meditating this year. I know this is like a really probably like strange one, but it's meant to be amazing for your mind and your body again. It's meant to be so good for the mind, and it's like meant to just like help clear the mind. And I want to get into like a routine of meditating on like a weekly basis, like a couple of days a week, and I really want to do this. Yeah, I would absolutely love to leave my part-time job. I actually really want to. I've been working in my part-time job now for 4 years, over 4 years, and yeah, I just would love to be able to leave and just give my 110% focus into YouTube. So yeah, I'd love to be able to do that. So I want to really make an effort to turn my phone off a lot more and get off social media. This is something that I did not do at all in 2017. And when I look back, I'm just like, oh my goodness, like, I'm on social media way too much, like way too much. And because it's like my part-time job, and then it's also like I enjoy social media. It's kind of like a dilemma because like I do be on it so much. Like sometimes it's like doing like stuff for YouTube and then sometimes it's not, but like I just feel like I'm on it too much and it's not good for the mind at all. So let's put the phone down more this year. Yes. I want to leave the country at least 6 times. I think I left the country last year. Was it 4 or 5 times? Yeah, I left the country 4 times last year and I want to leave the country 6 times this year. So before last year, I'd only ever left the country 1 time in my whole life, which is so crazy. So I'm so mad to travel more. And the fact that I got to go to Florida last year was insane because I'd never been to America before and it was just like amazing. But yeah, I really want to leave the country at least 6 times. So let's see how we go. Jessie gonna be traveling all around the world. So I really want to join a new club or find a new hobby. So I really want to start something new. I want to start a new hobby, a new interest. I want to do something, you know, different, new. And yeah, I'm really want to do this as well. I'm really hyped to do this. And also this kind of ties in with this one, but I want to make some new amazing friends. Like I want to make some new, good, genuine people in my life because I need them. But yeah, I feel like this would also be a really good way to meet new people and meet new people with a similar interest, which is always like, you know, a great talking point is when you have a similar interest to someone. I would love if you guys got involved in this with me too and we could do it together, and then we could do like little update videos and things like that, because I know a lot of you guys struggle to make new friends and it's something I've always struggled as well. I've always struggled making new friends, meeting new people, so I want to make a conscious effort. Let's do it together. I want to spend more quality time with my family, like, you know, doing things together, going out for dinner, going to the cinema, just spending quality time with my family and my loved ones more. I want to work with more brands. I worked with some amazing brands last year that just blows me away, like Bondi Sands, Garnier, Essence, like, oh, it's just insane. Like these are brands I've used my whole life, that I've used from like the ages of 12 years old, and the fact that I was working with them is just so, oh, I can't. So I would just love to work with some more amazing brands this year, and yeah, I'm so excited. So I really want to continue being consistent on my YouTube channel, of course, and I'd also love to do something innovative. Is that the word? Yeah, so innovative, like something like, you know, coming up with an idea, an original idea, you know, doing something. I don't know yet, but I wanna, so you know, we'll see what happens. I'd love for you guys to let me know what you learned in 2017 and what your goals are for the year down in the comments. I'm going to be reading them all, replying to as many of you guys as I possibly can, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this. I hope you have an amazing year. I hope you guys stick around and continue to be part of my amazing, loving, family. I love you guys. So thank you guys so much. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye bye.